Hey folks, John with Alternate Arms, your friend in less lethal self-defense. All right guys, look, I know the EMF 200 chrono readings are coming, and that was what this video was going to be about. But this box arrived, and I have got to get to this box. Let's rock. Now guys, listen. I want to make sure that when we do this video that we keep the comments nice, okay? At the end of the day, we've all discussed Grimburg. We've all discussed that they're a small company. They're trying to get caught up with stuff. My order, along with your order, was from November, and it just arrived. Now, to me, that illustrates that they are actually moving, which is really, really awesome. And I'm pretty excited about that. I'm pretty sure you guys are too. But I have no idea what's in this box. All I know is that Kurt said, box is on its way. I'm like, sweet. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to crack this open together, and let's see what little surprises are in the box. And make sure Stumpy is geared up here and turned on. There we go. All right. By the way, you guys, you might notice that you can see a little more of the desk. I'm trying a different camera in here. Now, you guys have seen this camera before. It used to be my primary camera up at the other studio, and it seems to do a little bit wider range than the other one does, so we may end up using this one down here just depending on how this video comes out. Oh, and by the way, Luke will be down here in a little bit, and I think I'm going to give control of the chrono readings on that EMF 200 to him since he went ahead and put that awesome sight on there and all that kind of stuff. So that video might drop tonight back to back with this one. I don't know yet. We're going to have to kind of see how that goes, but yeah. Oh, one more thing. You know what? No. You get to wait. You stay till the end of this video, I got something special. And it's not like an announcement about a video that's coming or anything like that. I have something truly, truly special for somebody out there. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, you guys see these? See these? Yeah. One of my viewers sent these in to me. These are covers, the stocks for the 8 gram CO2 on the HDX. Awesome, right? And if you're out there, feel free to chime up in there. I don't ever like to out anybody. That's kind of rude in the chat there. But if you guys are interested in those, he can chime up in the chat and you can talk to him. So, all right, let's get to it here. Cracking this open, we got paper. Just kidding. Put that over there where, oh yeah, I keep forgetting on the other studio I throw this direction, right? Now I'm throwing on that direction. That's actually kind of cool. All right, so in the box right out, looks like we've got some of the Grimburg Jewel 8 gram. These are, I'm assuming, the V3s. There's no notification or indication, but I'm going to assume it is. So, all right, what do we got here? These are obviously CO2, but let's see what size they are, because I know these will use, so these are 8 gram CO2 cartridges. Now, from what I understand, and this seems to be universal, the Carry will use 8 gram, 12 gram, and 16 gram threaded cartridges, which gives it both an advantage and a disadvantage, right? It's an advantage in that you can get these cartridges pretty much anywhere. I mean, Amazon's even got these things. If you're going to do that, make sure they're food grade and high quality. That's all I'm going to say about that. Beyond that, they are, as long as they're food grade, they're going to be good, and they're pretty inexpensive too. So, all right, so we've got, it looks like about a dozen or so in there. Ooh, what do we got here, guys? You know what? Oh, what is this? Like an oil? Hang on, let's crack it open and see together. I love doing this with you guys, by the way. I really do. I want you guys to see it just as I do. I got an eyedropper. Whoa, amber grease. Guys, I have no idea what the amber grease is for. Smells like oil. So yeah, I'm assuming it's some sort of an oil for these things. I'm gonna have to check that one out. All right, got some more paper in here. Over there. Oh wait, is that a sticker? Oh, there's a sticker. Now, that little sticker had kind of fallen underneath the flap of the box right there, so I didn't even see that in there. Grimburg sticker. I am going to have to start a section on the wall back here for stickers from all these guys, because I've got them now from Grimburg, AR Tactical, and Glen Conti. So maybe I'll start that here shortly, and we'll hang on to this and put it on that wall. All right. Even like opening a Christmas present. I love this. All right. By the way, guys, if I'm sweating a little bit, please excuse me. It is a little warm in the new studio. I have a new air conditioner coming in. The one we have down here is kind of meh, and this is Texas heat. So, all right, here we go. Y'all ready? Cracking on Stumpy. You can see it together. Dun, 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 dun. Holy cow. You know, guys, I saw one of these at SHOT Show. You know, I saw one of these at SHOT Show. But it... Oh my God. Okay, wait a minute. That is so light. Hold on. I have got a scale here. I have got to know what that weighs. All right, so I've got this thing set to ounces, because that is ounces. Okay, hold on. It is, oh, it's a little too heavy for that scale. Tell you what, before the video's over, I'll grab my shipping scale and weigh it. That cannot weigh a pound at best. I mean, it is really, really light. So, all right, take a look at it here, guys. As you can see, you get your same two caps, and it looks like they give you two of them in the box, which is actually pretty cool. These are the rubber caps that fit over the end of the CO2. Since you thread it in there and then you twist it to puncture, these are the caps you use on there to give you a good grip on that. Inside the box here, empty up here, moving this over, and empty down here. So the one thing I don't see in the box, now I'm not sure if this was intentional or it was just rushed out, are instructions. So I know there is a PDF file on this to show you exactly what to do and, you know, how to load it and all that kind of stuff. But there are no instructions in this particular box. So Kurt, just letting you know about that one. All right, so the feel of this. Guys, it is very, very small. All right, look. You're gonna want to head-to-head with the Carry, with the CL, correct? I mean, we have to assume you will. So since we've got a CL here, which is by far the smallest launcher ever, let's compare these side by side and see exactly what they look like. All right, so we got the Carry here, we got the CL here. Side by side, as you can see, lengthwise, they are almost identical with the exception of the slightly protruding barrel here, which they did for a little more power. Putting them on top of each other, and as you can see, once again, they are almost identical lengthwise with the exception of the barrel there. All right, the Grimburg does extend down a little bit further on the trigger guard, and you can see that it's considerably thicker plastic. I mean, you can feel that it's much thicker. Weight-wise, they are really, really close. Really, you know what? Hang on a minute. I'm going to grab that scale. Hang on. Looks like I'm not going to grab that scale. It's up at the other studio. So by tomorrow, guys, I will have the weight on this, the exact weight of it, and the exact weight of the CL, so you guys will know where they compare. But they're very, very, very close as far as weight goes. All right, so get the CL put back up here. And yes, there will be a head-to-head video between the two of them, even though I have told you guys this should not be an apple-to-apple comparison. They're just not the same launcher. So, all right, going over the launcher, as you guys can see, it is very, very, very plain. There's nothing sticking out, nothing moves on this, nothing protruding. You do have an optics mounting rail, which as you can see, there you go, it's like a little loose on there. That's not secure, but I think that's just a little teeny piece of plastic. It is, to hold that down for the optics mounting rail. So you can actually out of mounting, and I'm thinking that, oh yeah, never mind. We'll get to that later. Okay, so down here, as you can see, you've got your magazine. Now, the way this works, guys, this is threaded. So what you're going to do is twist it, unscrew it. Let me show Stumpy here. And out comes the spring, along with, there should be a follower in here. So we're going to go real easy with it. There you go. Guys, remember, these things are absolute engineering works of art, okay? So if you get yours and your spring is a little bit stuck in there, don't just rip the spring out. It's not necessary, okay? You got to remember that is rubber. So when you're shipping to different cities, states, counties, the heat, the humidity, all of that's going to be different. And some of that might bind up in there. So if you get one and it sticks in there a little bit, just kind of twist it around, it'll come right out for you. Now, as I recall, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, you load 5 rounds directly in here, follower, screw that back down. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. So we're going to do it all live together, guys. Let's get our 5 rounds. Man, I can't tell you, man, Grimburg Jewels, they are amazing. Dude, I am so happy we have 3 good manufacturers of ammo now. It is so cool because for a while you kind of were stuck, right? I mean, if you had a Byrna, they wanted you to use Byrna rounds. If you had a Grimburg, you had to use Grimburg rounds. Now you have some alternatives, which is really, really cool. There's nothing wrong with choices. So, all right, putting the follower back in. There we go. And compressing it down. Now, as we compress, guys, It'll get to this point. As you can see, we're actually in there, and then we want to thread it in. Don't cross thread your receiver in there. If you do, you're going to have problems. There you go. So as you can see, when it twists, it actually stops right at the point where it needs to stop. Now, at this point is where you can thread in your 8, 12, or 16 gram CO2. Now, what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to go in here just until it stops. Now, that's what I usually try to do, is right there, okay? So I could go a little bit tighter, but I'm not going to. Once you've got that in, you cap that. Now, guys, I got to tell you, with an 8 gram cartridge, you can barely see that. I mean, that is really, really nice. It's up in there, too. So, guys, let me tell you what. I'm going to do that right to the point before it pierces. Right there. Now, this is because I've had practice with a lot of the Grimburgs. So I know how the gavel worked. I know how the gavel 1.5 worked. They were all the same way. So you can get it right to that point before it punctures and leave it there. That's how you would store it so that it's ready to go when you're ready to go. As far as the hands, you guys can see, trigger's up here. And I have one finger that goes over, but with the CO2 cartridge here, it kind of grabs onto that CO2 cartridge. So that is super, super cool. Now, we know, at least we've heard, that these things are firing at 30 joules out of the box. So we are going to chrono that right now. Let's go out and see if we're getting 30. Here we go. Hey, guess what? Before we go out and chrono, look what I found. I found my scale. I guess I did bring it down here. So for those that are wondering, and I'm going to try to show Stumpy this here, guys. Hopefully you're going to get a view of that. There you go. So the Carry with the CO2 installed and the rounds, so fully loaded, weighs in at 1 pound, 4 ounces. You think I was kidding? And just so you'll know, the CL, now we don't have this one loaded, but the plastic rounds aren't going to weigh that much. And we could throw a CO2 on there, just 8 grams, 8 grams. So let's just throw it on there so we get a good assessment. There we go. Okay. That weighs in at, hold on here, off, on, and it's weighing in at 14 ounces. So it's a little bit less, but obviously it's not the same internals. I mean, you got a lot of aluminum that goes in there, but still, guys, a pound, seriously? I mean, seriously, 1 pound, 4 ounces? That's crazy light. So basically, you just heard me say both of these are like ridiculously light, and they really are. So just saying. All right, let's go out on the range and let's see what it does. I am really, really, really excited about this. Here we go. All right, guys, so here you go. As you can see, we're actually in Luke's Airsoft range. Now, I know there's an echo. Please forgive that. But it will be worth it here in the end once you see what this is capable of. At least we all certainly hope so. I have not fired it. You're firing it with me the first time. Okay, so let's got our chrono set up. I'm just aiming over into the open area over there. We've got a catch area for the rounds. And then, by the way, when we're done with this, I have something special in mind. Yeah, hang on a second. Okay. Let me move you up on this, and as you guys can see, we are zeroed out. There you go. And I'm going to try, like we normally do, to reach over, guys. So once again, this is a pretty uncomfortable position for those wondering. Yes, I'm wearing groovy glasses. All right, so I'm going to reach over. So here we go. I'm going to twist to puncture. Listen, we're going to listen together. Hear the click? And that's where you stop, guys. You don't have to crank it any tighter than that. That is punctured. If you do, you can damage the seal, so don't do that. Okay, here we go. We're going to pull on the first one. Let's see if we can get a reading. This is an 8 gram cartridge, or this is an 8 gram round. Wow. We got an error on that one. 271. 250. Got an error on that one. And 209. By the way, guys, what you're hearing is that round hitting the back wall, coming back around over here behind me, and literally ending up behind me somewhere. Holy cow. Yeah, that's hitting right at 30 joules if my calculations are correct. All right, back to the studio for a second. No, you know what? Let's not go to the studio. I got another test. Let's move. Here we go. All right, guys, so here's what we're going to do. A little bit different. You guys remember these holes were punched in this board by the Pistl 68, which, as pretty much everybody in the industry knows, is probably the most powerful less than lethal out there right now. But it's got me curious. Will the Grimburg Carry punch a hole through that? And if it does, what's waiting on the other side? Well, let's find out. Tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to move you right up on this here. Once again, I'm firing from behind you. We are about 8 feet away right here. All right, you guys ready? There you go. We're going to puncture together. Hear the click? Okay, once you hear the click, stop. And here we go. I think it went through. It went through. Again. So the fourth one did not quite get through. And the fifth one did not get through. Oh, yeah. Those are clean through. All right, so the first three. Now, if you guys will remember, when we fired those first rounds, okay, and we were chronoing, we got one of the first reading was an error, okay? The second reading was like 280 feet per second at 8 grams, which is 30 joules, which is right where it's advertised. But the first round came out higher velocity than that. And after seeing this, I don't doubt it. Now, what was behind the wall, you ask? Well, it was Scully. And he got kind of smashed. I'm sorry, Scully. Yeah. You know, poor Scully. I have to print these higher density for these higher power launchers, but you can certainly see why. Actually, I had him sitting right there. When it hit, it skimmed off and spun him over to the side. I should have glued him down. So when we do the head-to-head, and we will do the head-to-head here very shortly, we will glue Scully down. Because somebody had suggested that, so why not, right? All right, back in the office. Let's go. Oh, yeah, guys. Oh, yeah, guys. You know, I kind of knew what to expect because I have been told what to expect. But when you fire it the first time, it really surprises you. Because, you know, as a lot of you guys know, when you're firing these air launchers, any of them, no matter how powerful they are, you don't feel a lot of a kickback. There's no kick on them, right? You might feel a little bit of pressure, but nothing major. It's not like certainly not like a firearm cycling. That thing, you can feel it. You actually can kind of feel it giving you a little bit of resistance because of how much power is coming out. And I can tell you that on an 8-gram cartridge, this thing is gauged to give you exactly 5 shots. You're not going to get any more out of that cartridge of any substantial value. And certainly your first 3 or 4 are going to be your most powerful. Your first one is a cannon coming out of this thing. So that was this is exactly what I wanted to see come out of this launcher. Guys, you know, we talked about this, right? We talked about this. This is a small company, right? Last time I checked, they got like 7 people working for them. They are currently hiring up because they're trying to get caught up with all the backload on these launchers. And heaven help them when they come out with the Solstice, right? I mean, you know, they're going to be buried under this stuff. But when it comes, and it will come if you have one of these on order, you will not regret the weight. This thing is awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. So we will be doing a head-to-head on this here shortly with the Carry. But once again, guys, or with the CL rather, but remember, this is not apples to apples. We're dealing with different calibers. We're definitely dealing with different power outputs. The only thing that's similar about the two of these is perhaps the physical dimensions, but even then they're not quite the same. And we'll get into all of that when we do the head-to-head. Yeah. Now, if you stayed till the end, here you go. Salt Supply has done a custom special edition Salt Supply S2, which is arriving today. When it gets here tomorrow, I will be shooting a video with that launcher, and I will be giving that launcher away to somebody that watches the video. Now, here's the deal. All I'm going to ask for is comments. So, and I don't care if you just comment A, whatever. Get in the comments and add a comment in there. Everybody that's in the comments list, we're going to get, Luke and I are going to do this together, guys. We're going to pull all of your names. We're going to put them onto a random number generator, and we are going to draw it live so you guys can see who is going to win this Salt Supply S2 Custom Special Edition from Salt Supply. Guys, This is the kind of stuff I love when companies do. They care about you. They care about us. They listen to us. They respond, and they do little things like this. I mean, this is so cool. By the way, we are visiting them next week. Just saying. Just saying. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Yeah. Oh, everything I wanted. I love this. Have a great weekend, guys. And actually, I'll talk to you way before then. Bye-bye.